Welcome back to Manero. Myself, Vasanta, lecturer in Computer Science, MyCAS College, Mysore. Today, we will start with the second program, that is mysql bestcom. Whereas this is your second mysql program. On this program, so many subqueries are there, but we will explain for the examination point of view only 6 subqueries. That is, obviously create will be there, insert will be there, describe, alter, update and display commands. Regarding that, now we will explain. If you see the question, here you have to create the table, call it as bestcom. On that bestcom, you are having attribute RR number, customer name, bill date and units. For this, you have to enter 5 records and then view the structure of the table. Then the 4th subquery you are having, add new field bill amount to that, then find the minimum for the amount, especially minimum amount 100 rupees. For first 100 units 7 rupees 50 paisa, for the remaining units 8 rupees 50 paisa, and then list all the records. Now to start MySQL, click on MySQL. Then you have to enter the password, whatever password in your college they given, enter that password. Then we will get a screen like this. Then you have, if you want, you can check whether the database is present or not. For that, you have to click on show databases. Then now we are doing bestcom table. Bestcom database is not here. Now first you have to create the bestcom database to work on the second program, that is bestcom. Create database bestcom. This is our second program, bestcom. Now it is created. Later on, to create the table, first you have to click on use bestcom. Then only your query will work. Now it is database changed. It means that now whatever query regarding bestcom table you want, you can type now. For that, first type create table. Table name we are given as bestcom. In the same line, if you want, you can open the bracket. Otherwise, in the next line, you can open the bracket and write down the attributes. The first one is RR number, varchar data type. It is there in the question only. Varchar data type. Then we are declaring it as primary key. Primary key indicates that it is a unique value in the table. After entering the first attribute, press comma operator to write the second attribute. Then customer name, the second attribute, varchar. Inside the bracket, we will write 10 or 25, how much you want, you can write. Then with that, not null. Not null indicates that the value should not be null on that particular attribute. And the next one is bill date. While entering bill date, it should be single word. Bill date, date format, then comma. That means if you observe here, bill date should be on the format of data type date format. Then the next one is units. Under units, integer data type. Inside the bracket, to enter the units, maximum we are taking 4. Here we open the bracket. Now close that. Then put semicolon. For the last attribute, don't put any comma. Directly write down, close the bracket, semicolon. Now you are getting query OK, 0 row affected. It means that now you have created the table. This is your first subquery. Now second one, we have enter 5 records into the table. To enter the records, first you have to type insert into the table name. You write bestcom, then values. Don't write value, values you have to mention. Then open the bracket. If you observe, the first attribute we have RR number of varchar data type. That's why whenever there is a varchar data type as well as date data type, compulsory inside the quotes you have to enter the value. Now, inside the single quotes, RR number, I'm going to write E101 is the RR number. The second attribute we have customer name. Before entering the second attribute, put comma operator, then inside the quotes because customer name is once again varchar data type. That's why once again inside the quotes you have to write the value. Here customer name whatever you want you can give. I'm going to give Ajay. And then the third attribute we have bill date. Compulsory for bill date, first you have to enter the year, date and then month you have to enter. For the sake here I will write inside the single quotes 2025, then 05, then 05 or 06, whatever date month you want you can write here, then quotes. If you observe here, first compulsory to enter the year, keep it in your mind. Then if you observe here, we made mistake after entering the date. Before writing comma, we have to close a single quote, then comma operator. And the last attribute here, we have units. Now for units, no need to mention without any quotes, directly we can write the value. I am going to write 150. Then close the bracket, then enter. Before pressing enter key, put semicolon and then enter. If you observe here, query OK, one row affected. Now first record we are inserted. To insert the second record, once again if you want you can type, otherwise you can use arrow key in your keyboard. When you press arrow key, the previous command it will display. Here whatever changes we want that we can make here. Instead of 01, now I am taking the RR number is E102. Then afterwards, instead of Ajay, I will write Ajaya, the second attributor name. Then whatever date, month you want, you can make the changes in that. Then here, how many units we are used. For example, 250 units. Then this is your second record. Then press enter key. Now by this, we can able to enter the second record. In the same way, totally 5 records, minimum 5 records were to enter. That's why the next one I will write instead of 02, now I will make it as 103. That is RR number. 103. Instead of Ajaya, I will write Akash. I just making change. Whatever changes you want, you can write. Then later on, the date, if you want, you can give the same date or month, whatever changes you want, you can make the changes. Then amount also, that units also, how much you want, you can give. For example, only I'm going to write 25. Then by this, we can able to enter the third record, press enter key. If you observe here, query OK, one row affected. It means that till now, totally 3 records were inserted. In the same way, if we have to insert another 2 records, for that, as usual, I'm going to use arrow keys. Then afterwards, whatever changes you want, you can make on that. Instead of 103, now I will make 104. Instead of Akash, now I will make it as Anita. Then here also, whatever changes you want, you can make it here. Then later on, in the same way, change the units also. Instead of 250, now I'm writing 300. After entering all the values, press enter key. Now query OK, one row affected. It means that till now you are entered 4 records. Now one more record. Now instead of 04, now I will write 05, 105. That is E105 is RR number. Instead of Anita, now I will make Anu. Then whatever date you want, year you want, you can make the changes on that. Then later on, you can make the changes in the units also. Then finally afterwards, press enter key. By this what happens? Totally till now we entered 5 records. Is it clear? This is your second query. Now the third one is view the structure of the table. To view the structure of the table, we have to use describe command. Describe table name we are given as bestcom. Then semicolon. Enter. By this, you can observe which are the attributes, which data type it is, null value, primary key, default value, everything you will get. This is your third query, that is view the structure of the table. Now, if you observe here, only RR number, customer name, bill date and units we have. If you observe the fourth subquery, that is add new fields, call it as bill amount as well as name of the bill amount, especially that another two attributes we have to add here. For that, we have to write alter, then table name we are given as bestcom. Then we are adding one attribute, add here bill amount. Bill amount should be single word. The result we want to store it in a float format. That's why float data type float. Inside the bracket 7,2. 7,2 indicates that totally 7 digits under that two fractional parts we want. Then press enter key. It means that record zero duplications. It means that now you are changed the data structure, especially we are by adding one more attribute, call it as bill amount. That is your fourth query. Now, if you observe the fifth query, compute the bill amount for each consumer as per the following rules. The first rule, minimum 100 rupees we have to pay. The second rule, for first 100 units, 7 rupees 50 paisa. For the remaining units, 8 rupees 50 paisa we have to calculate. For that, we have to type the query. That is, we want to do the calculation. That's why here you have to write it as update command. Update. The table name you have to mention, update bestcom. Under bestcom, we are set bill amount attribute. Bill amount attribute equals minimum 100 rupees. That's why first we write bill amount equals 100 plus units into 7 rupees 50 paisa, 7.50 paisa. The where condition is where units is less than or equals to 100. Only for that it will calculate. Now, query okay, one row affected. If you observe here, for the customer, only one record having less than 100. That's why we are checking the result. Now, to see the result, if you want, you can write select star from bestcom. Now, see what happens. Only for this one is, the third one is, Akash is less than 100 units. That's why only for that person it is calculated the bill amount. For the remaining it is not calculated. Now, to calculate for the remaining students or the remaining customers, we have to update the next one, update command. Update bestcom set bill amount equals first 100 units, minimum 100 units, plus we have to calculate 7 rupees 50 paisa only for the 100 units. That's why 100 into 7 rupees 50 paisa. Close the bracket. Then once again, if you observe, plus we have to subtract 100 units here. That's why units minus 100 into 8 rupees 50 paisa. 8 rupees 50 paisa, where the condition is where units is greater than 100. If you observe here, minimum 100 rupees, then for the first 100 units, 7 rupees 50 paisa. To calculate the remaining units minus 100, if you do it, then the remaining units we can get, that will be 8 rupees 50 paisa, where the condition is units is greater than 100. Now, by that, for the remaining also we can able to calculate. To see the result, that is the last one, list all the records. For that, once again, select star from BESCOM. Then if you observe the previous output as well as this one, what happens here? For the remaining customer also, now it is calculated. Because here for 150, 250, 300, 303. For this, the remaining bill units, it is calculated. This is your final output. Already I told you regarding the practical exam, only minimum 6 to 7 questions, sub-queries will go to ask. That's why only 7 sub-queries now I explained. The remaining queries, we are not at all explained. Thank you for all of you.